We have this suspect in custody. His name is Toby J. Smith. He is 44 years old. He was residing at the time at 495 Swiss Hill Road North. He is in custody currently under the custody of the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. He is being charged with the following felonies: burglary in the first degree, a Class B violent felony; murder in the second degree. There will be 2 counts of murder in the second degree, 1 intentional murder of Ms. Kempler, and the second being felony murder, committing the act of a homicide while in the course and commission of a felony, with that felony being burglary. And we're also charging him with assault in the second degree, a Class D violent felony, for the assault on the Good Samaritan who detained Smith after interrupting this home invasion burglary at Ms. Kempler's home. The charges come with a full panoply of potential punishments, and the maximum punishment with respect to murder in the second degree is 25 years to life in prison. Currently, Mr. Smith is hospitalized at Orange Regional Medical Center, and we expect him to be arraigned, and when he is released, we expect him to be remanded to the Sullivan County Jail to stand prosecution for these crimes. Sheriff?
Well, I think you pretty well covered it, Jim. All I would add, I'd just like to thank all parties involved. I'd like to thank the Jeff Volunteer Ambulance Corps, the New York State Police, especially their forensic unit. They were both instrumental in bringing this to a conclusion. The Jeff Ambulance Corps for their quick response, and as I said, the New York State Police, the manpower they brought to bear, the forensic unit, which tirelessly went to the hospital, came out to the scene, processed all of that for us in a way that no small agency like ours could. I'd like to thank our district attorney for coming out that night to the scene and making sure that everything was moving as it should. A scene like this is a difficult scene at best. These aren't the norms. This is one that disturbs everybody that responds. Lastly, I'd like to thank the 2 heroes, the civilians, who came out, apprehended the subject, and kept him there for us. If he had been allowed to leave or escape, we might have had a manhunt underway. The public pressure that would have been on, people worried about, am I safe in my house? Who's out there? Who might be next? Because of those 2 heroes, we apprehended them, we put it to bed really early, and everybody could sleep that night. They might be a little disturbed, as we all were, but they could sleep knowing that there's not somebody out there roaming around where this could possibly happen again. I think that's just what we do in Sullivan County. Neighbors look out for each other. The ambulance corps is a volunteer ambulance corps. They were there in no time at all. And I'm proud to be a Sullivan County resident, have a DA, ambulance corps, police that all came together to work together to put a case together that Jim can now take to court and get a conviction. So, thank you.
I just want to echo what the sheriff said, and I think it should be underscored. Neighbors helping neighbors in this case is going to be a personification of that particular statement. You know, I want to thank all the investigators who worked on this, my staff as well as the sheriff's staff, the investigative staff at the sheriff's department, the detectives there, as well as the New York State Police, their forensic investigation unit, the troopers who were at the scene, the Jeff ambulance, everyone who participated here. This truly was a team effort, and he was apprehended by those Good Samaritans right during the crime, right after it happened. So he's apprehended, and he's in our custody from that moment forward, and as the sheriff said, makes the job of prosecuting this a bit easier, because we have someone who interrupted a very serious crime and was there to help and did help. So we appreciate that. Are there any questions? And I preface the asking for questions with the following statement. I will not answer any question which will in any way impede my ability to bring justice to this individual and to the family of Ms. Kempler. So if I say I can't answer it, it's for a very good reason. I also want to underscore as well that these are charges. A person, when charged with a criminal offense, is presumed innocent, and They get their day in court, and I have to prove the case against them beyond a reasonable doubt, and I will do my job. Thank you.
Why is he in the hospital?
He is, I can't comment on that.
Can you, I guess you can't, or you would have, but you're not going to identify the two Good Samaritans.
I am not going to identify the two Good Samaritans for very good reason. They have a right to, at this point, remain unnamed, and should there be a trial of this matter, they will be, I presume, in court for everyone, the world, the defendant, and everyone else to see and to confront pursuant to the requirements of the Constitution of the United States of America.
Can you reveal the motive for the killing?
It was a burglary.
Okay.
This was a burglary, it was a home invasion, and the evidence that we have discovered and the probable cause that we have developed indicates that Ms. Gempler came in upon him in her home, and then there was the grievous assault which resulted in her death.
Is it possible that it would get pled down to manslaughter since it wasn't premeditated?
I can't comment on any plea bargain. That's not something that I can comment on at any time. Yes, sir?
Was he trying to steal anything, or what was he trying to steal?
We've alleged that he, under a burglary theory in New York State, a person has to enter or remain unlawfully in a dwelling with the intent to commit a crime. It is our allegation and the charges that we're levying against him that he intended to commit a crime inside the home. The crime can be any crime under New York State law. It does not have to necessarily be theft. There is probable cause to believe that he was looking for valuables, but also there was now a serious murder and assault that occurred as well, and that's also a crime.
Did he make any admissions?
I can't comment on whether the suspect made any admissions. That's something that I'm precluded from commenting on.
What's the man's condition at the hospital?
He's not medically cleared at this point. When he is medically cleared, he will be returned to Sullivan County and stand prosecution on these charges.
Does the suspect have any prior record?
I can't comment on whether the suspect has any prior record. That would be inappropriate.
Did he know the victim?
There is some indication he may have at a previous time, perhaps years earlier, but at the time that he was in the house on this occasion, we don't have any cause to believe that he was familiar with her recent